Fields.
Yo, Brown.
Yo,
I love that song, man. I start rapping to it and stuff when I'm like listening. I'm like, what's up,
I need,
King?
I need to get a new. I've had that intro music for a while. I need to get some new music.
Nah, man, it's
Uh,
great.
what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Terrahash Tuesday. I'm your host, Mining King, and my co-host, Mr. Hot Crypto Mining.
What's up, guys? Welcome
What
to
is-
Terrahash Tuesday. Shout out to everybody in chat right now. King, how are you, man? How many ASICs did you move around today?
I moved around like quite a bit, and I got a lot of stuff kind of ready to get shipped out. We got some repairs for our some Ice River units that we are honoring the hosting contract with them, even though we did put a hold on taking in new units. But yeah, we found a repair center that's willing to work with us, that's gonna fix some chips and do the repasting and warranty all the work and stuff like that. So got some of those boxed up today. A couple other ASICs that are having some issues, so gonna ship everything out tomorrow. I have a
Nice.
Pickup scheduled with UPS, and then I've been cleaning the shop.
Nice.
Clean, the entire GPU site today. So everything's all mopped and cleaned up there. I know some people noticed some downtime there. I did a network upgrade. So
nice. What'd you do?
We just updating the router and switches and stuff like that. And
nice.
They probably noticed the downtime. I've seen some tickets. I already seen people already putting tickets in there. Like,
yeah,
they're getting their notifications.
A lot of people don't realize this, but 99% uptime allows for 7 hours of downtime per month, right? And that's a window. And that's why a lot of people say, 98 to 99%, because it gives us windows to take things offline, make upgrades and all kinds of stuff. And doing network stuff like that, we always say is important, because we had a situation once where someone did try to penetrate the network because of a coin someone was mining, and we caught it. Remember that?
Yeah. That was because of the
Ceiling Cat coin.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That crypto project that ended up being a
well, that's also because they downloaded a custom miner too.
That too. Yep.
It was something that they did something custom in their Octo miner in their Hive OS, and that was the real issue there. So luckily, we have like everything VLANed off, and I have it to where people can't communicate with other rigs and things like that. So it was limited just to that guy's stuff, and luckily it didn't like spread to his other rigs, right, or anything like that. So it was easy. I just tossed the SSD in the garbage, right, put a new SSD in, and he's fine. So
nice. Yeah, that was a good crisis averted. Had we not had network security and invested in that, I mean, it would have been a nightmare. And people would be so surprised how some of these mining farms, they could care less. And some of these hosting providers, they could care less about network security, and that's such a vital aspect when it comes to hosting and stuff. You know what I mean? Because you're connecting to different places all across the world, and these are basically wide open doors. And if there's no guard at the gate, there's going to be a problem.
Well,
so,
and here's the other thing is I know there's sometimes people request their payouts to be changed, and we go to the pool and do that for them. That is strictly just because we don't want you to have the public IP address for any reason whatsoever, because honestly, you don't need it other than to change those payouts. But we'll do it for you.
And it's not that we think the clients will do something wrong. It's just that if that IP address gets compromised, or your computer gets compromised, or that number gets out, that's basically a front door to the to the rigs and stuff.
I don't know who else reads the emails or messages, right? You know what I mean?
It's just a level of security. Nothing ever personal when it comes to that. It's just an extra layer to ensure that nobody's doing anything on the back end that we can't see. So shout out to everybody in chat. Crypto Frank, Red Panda Mining's here. Travelers Travels, Second TL Mining, Max Voltage. What's up, Dad? Fire Dog, what's up, man? Edible Zebra. I know Max got that one wrong last night. I remembered that. Okay, I remembered that. I keep receipts.
Keep receipts.
King, give me some music, will you? Scott Sheffield, Little Time Mining. Who else we got? Turtle Tech, what's up, man? Iowa Crypto Mining in chat. What's up, dude? Good to see you. So speaking of hosting companies, Mr. Iowa Crypto Mining is on his way to creating a venture. Good for him. I'm glad. We wish him success. Any help he needs. we're going to help him out with. Now, I will say that, in regards to security, because right now we're getting ready to upgrade the big building that we have now pretty soon now that things are starting to move forward, we're getting ready to upgrade the giant facility as far as network goes. King, how do you see that playing out? Is that going to be like we power everybody down, or do we do sections in that? Like what's your plan to do all that?
I haven't. I know it's on my list of things that we need to do, that we're going to upgrade the network security over at the main ASIC site and stuff like that. We're going to try and limit as much downtime as possible. We may pull in a second provider. That way we can configure one network while keeping the other network, up. And that way we'll just do it, row by row, and slowly bring everything over to the other network. And that way, I mean, it should just be a couple of minutes, really, is kind of what we're going to hope for. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how everything plays out with that. It's going to be a big project. I'm going to have to probably call in Red Panda Mining to help, with all this networking skills.
Yeah, going to need the Red Panda
networking solutions.
Networking solutions for Ubiquity. Are we planning? What are we planning as far as brand to go in there? What are you thinking? Because I remember, I know you're a big fan of MikroTik, but you kind of wanted to simplify a little bit more the ASIC farm. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, well, because we want to use some of the other features from Ubiquity, like the cameras and their magnetic door locks that they have.
Right.
They have these magnetic locks that can withstand like 1,500 pounds of pressure. And they have like key badges and stuff like that, and they have cameras. Right. So I'm thinking that we're probably going to go all Ubiquity. That way we can have like an all-in, like one solution.
Right.
You have a Ubiquity. You are the master.
Panda. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I bought my Ubiquity, I was lost. I'm like, Panda, you gotta help me. And dude, he is so organized. He's pulling up spreadsheets, and he's like, Hawk, this is how you do it. And then I think he just got frustrated with me, and he's like, you know what? Just let me AnyDesk into your computer. I'll just set it up for you. And I'm just watching him zoom around on 3 different monitors. And then he got it done, and he's like, good, leave me alone now.
I do like MikroTik, but I mean, I think it's
a little too much for the mining operation.
Well, I don't know if it's like too much, but I mean, they have 2 different operating systems, and I think Ubiquity is just something easier and nicer to look at, especially since we don't have to run a lot of static IPs. We don't have an IP block down there, and you don't have to do like a lot of back end networking. It'll be a lot lighter as far as that networking load goes.
Nice. So one thing that you brought to my attention earlier, King, is that now Bitcoin mining has now passed KS1 profitability.
Yeah,
so what's going on, dude? So you have the 110 terahash unit.
Yeah. It's right now the most profitable thing to mine is Digibyte, by the way.
Is it Digibyte? Okay.
It is Digibyte. But it still counts because you can mine it, you know what I mean, with the if you want to pull up mine the ASIC, I'll share my screen. I'm on my MacBook, so
if you want, or I can do it for you if it's easier.
Yeah, as I was saying, you want to do it because you got multiple screens. I'm remote on my MacBook.
Yep. Always working on the run.
So
live streaming on the run.
It is crazy, seeing how Bitcoin and everything's going right now.
Yep.
This is Mine the ASIC, really good site to go to.
So if we'll bring it down to 9 cents. So now you're specifically talking about the 110 terahash.
The S19K, they only have the 120 on the site. They don't have the 110, but yeah.
Right. So $8 a day. Oh yeah, it looks like it's surpassed now the KS1. It's so weird to see the KS1 all the way down here.
Yeah. It's crazy, right? Like the KS1, it used to be within the top 5, and it's slowly been going down.
Yeah, just getting wrecked with the hash rate.
And yeah, exactly. That's a big thing.
That's because this big boy right here is getting shipped next week. I did get word that the KS5 Pro 21 terahash, we have a few on order for hosting. This actually was not a few. We have like 12, but This is starting to come in next week. So I did get shipping details, and the IB links are also getting ready to ship out.
So got Travelers. Thank you for being a member for 15 months, man. I only had $160 of Bitcoin. I swapped it into Caspa last night. I think I'll have better returns on such a small amount. What do you think about that, Hawk?
I think for
$160.
Yeah, I think that's a good play. $160. Caspa is going to have a quicker and faster upside than Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's going to be a slower long-term play. So if you're looking to flip into some fast money, not financial advice or anything, but if I had that money laying around, why not? You know what I mean? Caspa hits 25 cents, in the coming months. It's going to be you're going to really like it. So Panda says altcoin season is coming. Come back to that exact chart in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Then you got a $20 super chat from Mr. GPU Risers, who has arrived from under his rock. He says, King is killing it out there, Team Terra. It's something when Mike is here.
Yeah, hey, thanks for this thing. I appreciate the $20, man. Thanks,
so, I'm reading the chat right now. It's crazy. So Edible Zebra says the Gold Shell new box is more powerful than the KS1. Yes, and I think it's for what you get for Terrahash to watts. Did you see this new thing, King?
I actually watched Vosk's new video. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
I was eating my dinner, and it was just something that was on top of the feed. I was just trying to eat my dinner real quick, you know what I mean, and just watch something. I like to watch something whenever I'm eating my dinner. So
me too. I'm the same way. Like I'll leave the plate sitting there on the table until I find something to put on, and then I'll start eating. And sometimes I'm scrolling through Netflix, like I can never just find something. Like, and I don't want to start eating before I
my
start watching something.
My favorite TV show is over for the season. Is Gold Rush. So I just have YouTube for right now. So I was like, oh, whatever. I'll watch some. I knew this new miner come out. So it's actually in his video. He only got 1.03 terahash over a 24-hour period. So that could be like Silicon Lottery or other factors. And it's around the 400-ish watt mark. And it's what is it? It's $17.99. So that's what, $1,800
right now. That's what they're retailing for. So speaking of that, King, we're gonna actually sell these on the Terrahash's site. I'm waiting for the supplier to get back to me, but these are not a unit that I think we're gonna beat that price, and we're gonna. A lot of people are asking me about it. We're probably gonna beat that price. So I need to get in touch with the suppliers tonight, because China is just waking up right now and getting moving, and then we're gonna definitely move forward there. Crypto Craig says we are due for a 5 to 6% Bitcoin difficulty increase soon as well.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I've been watching the price of Bitcoin, and you would think, because I've bought a couple, Bitcoin miners recently, just a couple. The prices really haven't gone up that much recently. Not as much as you think we'd be at all-time highs. You would think that these miners would be going for way more than what they're going for right now.
Right now, they are significantly less than I thought they would be. We at Terra, we prioritize community over just a dollar most of the time, and this is what long-term helps us grow our company, and this is what guarantees us to move forward in the right direction, gives us longevity in the business. And this is what we want. We don't just try to turn over a quick dollar with people. And this resonates. And this is what we do. Is so when, people hit me up and they're like, hey, Hawk, what's up with the S19K Pro 110? I give them the price. You're like, dude, that's like so much cheaper than everyone else. And then, they buy batches of 6, 10, 12, and it's just great. So Bot Crusher says, King, I'm so close to getting my first Bitcoin miner. What made you choose the S19K over the S21?
Oh, that's super chat. Yeah, so I'll scroll down a little bit. I'll scroll back up and I'll get back to your guys' questions. What made me go with the S19K over the S21? So when you break down the math, right? The S21 at a very particular temperature, right, has a certain efficiency, right? That's only at that temperature. Okay, realize that most of the time of the year, you know what I mean, outside of winter, you're not going to be at that temperature. And Mr. Red Panda Money can verify that for me as well. In the summertime, the efficiency is going to go right out the door. You know what I mean? It's going to go right out the door. The thing's going to be like just screaming at you.
Mhm.
As well as, to me, so think about this. Like, let's say you wanted to resell these machines, right, to someone else, okay? And let's just say Bitcoin goes like, I don't know,
Parabolic.
it goes crazy. By 2025, it's like 200 grand. All right. Let's just say that $4,000 or $5,000 S21's on like 20 grand. Okay. How many people can you sell that 20 grand machine to? Right. Compared to, like, if I took the S19K and I sold it for like 7, right? How much easier is it for someone to actually come up with $7,000 than with $20,000, right? And the other part is currently right now there is no support for Brains or any other of the firmwares to use the firmware, right? Any of those custom firmwares yet. I know it's coming. It's gonna be there.
Right.
Right now, actively there is none. The only thing you could use is LPM, which is the low power mode.
The low power mode on those things are crazy too. I know you and Mr. Iowa Crypto Mining were doing some testing on it, and I believe you got 100 terahash at like 2100 watts or something like that.
So I'm using Brains,
Mhm.
and I'm getting about 98-ish terahash, between 95 and 100, somewhere in there, and it's usually around like 95. And I'm getting 2100 watts ish from the wall, so it's doing really good. I'm getting like 21 watts, a terahash, which is great.
Nice.
As well as the prices on these things are just really, really cheap, right?
Right now it's amazing. Like I had a bulk order the other day and I was pricing it out based on a couple days old price, and then I went and priced it again right before it. I'm like, are these really not going up in price? Like, Bitcoin's at 70 at the time, it was like 72,000. I'm like, what's going on?
I don't know the prices today, right? Because I was working.
I'm getting an update now, actually.
What was the price yesterday for an S21? 200.
S21. No. We have it on the website for, I believe, 46 or 47.50.
47.50. And what's our 110s going for?
110s we're selling for 16.50, and right here 16.50, and the 200 terahash units we are selling for 47.50. But a lot of the other places for S21s are $5 grand, 1,1800 for a 110. I'm just like,
I can almost get 3 units for the price of 1. Okay.
Right.
And I'm going to put something else in perspective. Okay. The S19K is the last revision of the S19 series, right?
Like the perfected S19, right?
Okay. Like when the S19s first came out, you can ask Crypto Craig, who he knows a lot about Bitcoin miners. The original S19K is complete poo-poo. Okay. And that's going to be my feeling about the S21, right? They have learned some things along the way, but I don't want to drive the first new version of a car. You know what I mean? I want to be in the second or third revision. You know what I mean? Everybody knows that when you buy something of the very first, thing that's made, there's going to be problems. Panda's already had issues with his S21 right off the bat. I know some other people have.
Right.
But to me, the parts are more available for the S19K. The parts are cheaper for the S19K. I can buy more of them. They'll be easier to sell.
Right.
I can tune them. I mean,
I think you made a good point there, King. A lot of people, they buy these units and they're like, oh man, the hash board went out. Well, why didn't you spend the $30 and buy the control board or, the power supply backup? Like King ordered, you ordered a few units, which is pretty cool. And you ordered spare parts with them, which was smart because I'll be honest with you, no one's ever ordered spare parts.
Yeah, so I ordered like 26 or 27 units recently. I already have like 4 or 5 deployed. So I ordered 2 sets. So I have 2 control boards, 2 power supplies, and I have a set of fans. And I'm going to try to order a hash board next week, right, to have one on hand. So most people, when they get in the ASIC game, I mean, just to be realistic, and it's nothing against these manufacturers, but it's a 5 to 10% chance that when I get it, like if you sent it to us, that there could be an issue. You know what I mean? And it's nobody's fault. Just came that way.
Right.
So having spare parts on hand is really crucial I mean, if you're going to spend what, like, like 30, 40 grand on miners, why wouldn't you spend $2,000 buying a bunch of spare parts to have them on deck?
Even if that, we sell, when we have orders come in, we offer and we suggest, especially for larger clients and hosting clients, we suggest getting spare parts. Now we do order spare parts at the facility that we have on hand. So Matthew has a question. He says, just order an ASIC for spare parts? No. So you can order individual spare parts. Like we would get like backup control boards, backup fans, backup power supplies. Now the hash boards are tricky, and King can get into why the hash boards are tricky. But typically, if a hash board goes bad, we would have to send that out for repair. But you guys would be so surprised. The majority of the issues with these ASICs sometimes are control boards and power supplies. Those are the two things that really resonate a lot. Go ahead, King.
Actually, we had a D9 come in that had a bad fan. It was like just noisy. It was like banging around, and we had spare fans sitting there, and I just gave one to the customer, right? Which that's not a big deal. We got that on hand. It's like a $5 fan, right? It's no big deal. But there is times where control boards go bad, or there's times even when the power supply, even when I first get it, is bad, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
It won't boot up. Like as soon as it applies voltages to the hash boards, it starts to fail, right? So and as far as like getting hash boards repaired and stuff like that, it kind of depends, right? Some miners like the S19 XP, it goes by each hash board. From at least how one of the repair techs explained it to me is it searches all the chips per hash board, and as soon as it finds a break, it stops. So that one you'd probably need to send in the unit, right? Other ones, there are some other units where it will run without hash boards, but it just depends on the model. And then as far as doing hash board replacements is going to be, it depends on the batches and the control boards, and they have EEPROM codes on them, and sometimes the EEPROM codes don't line up, and you need to use the EEPROM flashing tool, which I'm going to be getting some training soon to learn how to do that. But yeah, it's not, trust me, reading these logs all day long is not as easy as one would think. You know what I mean?
So a lot of people can think that like the hash board, you could just take one from one Model S19 and put them in another Model S19, and it doesn't work that way. So hope everybody understands that, when we fix these machines, we had a customer say, well, can you just take a hash board out of one of my other units and put it in this one? And I said, well, we can't do that, because of hex codes, and the control boards work with certain hash boards and all the other stuff. Second TL Mining says, Hawk Crypto, is it easy to get parts, and what's generally the lead time? Lead time's pretty fast. I mean, on popular units like the S19K, S21, getting parts, I can get them there in less than a week. We'll just talk to them, and that's it.
And realize this, everyone, that parts are cheap right now, but parts will be more expensive during the peak of the bull run. That same power supply you bought for like $100 or $200 will cost you, $400, $500, $600, right? A hash board you get for $400 or $500 now will cost you, $1,500, $2,000 in the bull run. So don't wait until the unit breaks to order your parts, because it will cost you more down the road.
Right. Yeah, I always suggest, like, if you're gonna buy 5 or more units, get some spare parts, because the odds are something will go wrong, and you got to make sure you want to keep that uptime, especially now moving forward. So it's definitely important. We see Mr. Jeff Key in the chat right now. What's up, Jeff Key? Good to see you. The one of the head guys over there at Flux. Let's see here. Where is my
ASICs by Flux?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That'd be awesome. So
Scott says the S21 is very sensitive to temperatures, and the efficiencies, yes. The S21 is extremely sensitive to temperatures, and the temperatures is only 25 C that you're going to get the most efficient out of, and that's most hosting companies that are air cooled. You're not going to see that temperature for more than a couple months of the year, right? So the other parts of the year, you're not going to have those efficiencies. It's kind of just what it is. And this is what I said. This is a new model. They switched to the new plug that they designed and things like that, right? So it's kind of brand new, right? And to me, if it was me, I don't want to drive the brand new, first generation, right? I want everything to get worked out. I'll get the S21J Pro when it comes out, right? Or
Right.
you know what I mean? I want a revision.
It's so crazy because it's like I could see the future already, almost like I have a crystal ball. Like I could totally see Bitmain dropping like a 225 terahash, 230, 240, 250 terahash. It could be like end of year next year. You never know. They come out with these units so fast. They turn them around so fast. And that are the new
I think you said
ES on the power supply and S20 going back to the old style. I think.
No.
Are you referencing the plugs? I don't, probably not.
No, they will not. They will not.
Yeah, probably not. And so what I realized on the S21 plug, and this is obviously we all know this already, but for the people that don't, it has 4 mini plugs inside this one plug, right? And one of them is the dummy plug, and I think that's done on purpose. So if they have to increase the power later on, they can keep that same fabrication, right? It would make sense, right? So only 3 out of those little 4 inside the square are working. And I saw Space Design Warehouse. He did a good video on it where he actually took the S21 apart and diagnosed it and looked at it and said, okay, these are nothing. So looking at Bitcoin though, Bitcoin is at 71,612. Did you see it hit 73,000? Did it hit 73,000? I think it did, right?
I believe it did.
73. Oh, did it hit 73? I thought it did. Did it hit 73 or am I dreaming? I'm probably dreaming. Maybe it was a dream. 72,659 or 72,656. Maybe it did hit 73. I could have sworn it hit 73. Sorry, Ken, go ahead. I know you were reading something.
I was just reading some of the questions. So yeah, Hawk, knowing everything that we've been through and all the platforms and things that we've learned from the bear market and
Right.
when you first started crypto mining and all this stuff. Now that you know everything, what avenue would you choose, and would you do anything differently?
Or in regard to
into your own personal farm?
Well, I always say that when it comes to, I would never go back in time and change anything that I went through, right? Because it led me here, and we created everything out of that, right? So it was kind of like I paid for the education when I started with my own stuff. I don't think anybody should do it at the scale that I did it and throw that much money at it personally, but I think it's good for everybody to just, watch YouTube videos and learn, but I think go through it. I hate to say this, but like I learned not to split power supply cables because I had something burn up on me, right? And I caught it. Like you're gonna learn that way, and sometimes people always, if we learn from others' mistakes, I think no one would have experience. So we all kind of go through it a little bit to learn. But would I change anything? I think the only thing I would really change, honestly, is I probably would have. I mean, I'll be honest with all of you. I didn't even know Discord was a thing until I became a YouTuber and started meeting everybody, and then DJ and Chump told me I had to get a Discord account and come join our Discord. I didn't even know what Discord was. So I would personally, I would just get more involved in the community and ask a lot more questions than I did.
Okay.
Patrick Murphy says Hawk would probably move into industrial fan sales. Oh, let's not get on that subject. That's an industry that is nuts. But
oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Geek of all trades says Hawk Crypto, scar tissue sticks with you. Hard lessons are learned by going through it, not from watching others. At least for me, that is. I think that's for everybody, honestly, because think about it. How many times can you tell somebody, hey man, like don't do it that way. It's not gonna work. And then everybody gets overconfident. It happens to everybody. And they go, well, that's you. This is me. And I'm gonna do it this way. And then their card burns up or something happens or they try to do something different. And I, Panda says, don't get into Discord. Trust me. Well, don't go into the Panda Discord is what he means. Because then they'll just call you a bunch of yeah. Oh man.
Well,
so anyway,
let me ask you this then. But would you be as would you redo it and be more ASIC, centric, or
Man,
would you go into fast more, because we've been down that road, or
I
would you stay a GPU miner?
I like diversification, right? I like having a little bit in each area. So I have VAS rigs, I have GPU mining rigs, and I have an ASIC that is on its way there.
Just remember what DJ said about diversifying.
What did he say about where is he? Is he in the chat? Did he say something?
I'm waiting for him.
Oh no, but I think diversifying into several different things is good because you don't open yourself up to too much liability. Like you have, if GPU mining goes good and you're watching that, then that can make up for what maybe you lose on the other two, or vice versa, right? So honestly, I just enjoy it. I enjoy mining. I have fun with it. I like putting rigs together. I like spec mining different projects. I like watching hash rate go up and getting these giant bags of some poo-poo coin and then, selling it like we always do and seeing what happens. Like spec mining, right? When we were spec mining Caspa, like that was fun for me, right? Like remember when Caspa first came out, everybody threw their farms on it. We were getting so much Caspa, like that was fun for me. So it's that kind of stuff that I enjoy. So just me personally. So
all right. What would you say is the biggest mistake that rookie miners make coming into this?
Rookie crypto miners. Wow. I think the first thing they make is that they think they need the higher end cards. For GPU miners, let's just say GPU miners. For GPU miners, I think they don't do the electrical calculations correctly. Because I know I didn't, right? I was trying to do this at my house. Next thing you know, I'm upgrading panels and adding 30 amp breakers and all this other stuff. And then I don't think they realize that sometimes having the more powerful, like I always thought, like when I got into GPU mining, I'm like, oh, I need 3090s. Like I need 3080s and 3090s because these are more powerful and these are going to make more money. And they did when ETH was around, right? Little did I know that with a big graphics card comes a big power bill. And I think a lot of people, we see that a lot, right, with new crypto miners. So, yeah, and I think I agree with Crypto Craig here. Biggest mistake is listening to bad advice. I agree. I agree. Talk to the people. I wish I would have got to know more people in the game before I started, and didn't go literally go balls to the wall with buying equipment and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I had fun. I enjoyed it. I learned a lot, but, yeah, Panda says buying all white GPU mining parts and GPUs for a white build is the biggest regret. Yeah, because everything that's white for tech, it's like 20% more. Imagine that, like you want a white motherboard, like you're gonna have to spend $200 more because it was white. So crazy.
I think new people coming into this, and this is just kind of my take, not even getting before buying cards, is not understanding power. And how it works, right? You know what I mean? Understanding how many amps are available.
Right. Yeah.
I actually know somebody in the community. I'm not saying his name or anything, but he was hosting for a little while, and he was hosting at his house, and he thought that his house meter could be continuous at a certain amount of amperage, and it ended up not being able to do that because it's not a commercial meter, right? And
right. They can burn out
twice.
Yeah, they burn out.
So you really need to have an understanding of power if you're going to do it at any kind of scale other than more than a couple cards. You need to understand cooling, and airflow and thermals and things like that. Mm-hmm. I think at one point Django had a network storm happen to him once, so you need to understand networking. And it
just becomes so sophisticated, right? I mean, the bigger you get,
you kind of have to wear some hats, right? You have to be a little bit of an electrician. You have to be a little bit of an HVAC guy. You kind of have to be a networking guy. You have to be a computer tech guy. There's kind of a lot of hats you kind of wear. So if you're going to get into this, and you're going to do it at home or in a shed or wherever you go, you're going to have to learn some of these skills. And this is a matter of, do you enjoy doing some of those things?
Real quick, guys, we have 128 people watching right now, guys. Only 53 likes. Hit the like button, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the Mining King and hit the notification bell so when he goes live, you can see his handsome face and you can ignore me. So let's go forward here. Looks like Chlor, real quick, King, I want to run through the market. Chlor is up 8% today, back to 36 cents. That is crazy. Like, all right, how many people really took profits on Chlor? Like, that's insane. Nas City, what's up, man? It says Hawk Crypto. When will Terra be accepting GPUs again? We just put it on we just put it on hold for just a little bit because King has to do a load calculation. We don't want to overextend, but it's going to open soon.
I will be talking with Hawk later tonight after the show, and I did some load calculations where we're at and things like that. So we will open again, and I know that we have some people that have already placed some orders or reservations, so we need to go over how many of those reservations that people have already signed up for and who are still going to need to send their units in, and then we can figure out, the spaces and things like that. And then we're working on an expansion for the GPU side right now. I won't discuss that too much because we're still working on that.
Right.
But when we do start the expansion, we will start a reservation list for that. Right. So that way you guys can get in line for that when it does open up.
It's just kind of getting to that point. We've expanded so much so fast, and we couldn't do it without all of you guys who supported us from day one when we were ripping out old copper wire from the false floor in Melbourne, and me and King were throwing away these giant steel racks that we could never fit anything into. So we appreciate everybody and the journey that we've been on, and now it's going to the next level, and now we're ready. You know what I mean? And King is really working hard, guys. Like, when I tell you this guy works 12 14-hour days at the facility, it's a lot, moving ASICs around. And this time I think King was accompanied. I think his son went with him even to give him a hand, and his son did a great job. So that's awesome. And it's going great. It's really going great. We're doing very, very well. And I'm super excited. I mean, the future is bright. Speaking of bright, that light went out.
Yeah, it's a motion censored. It's a motion censored light on the hotel. So yeah, sorry. My kid's he made a little fort in between the beds that he's hanging out and playing on his tablet right now. So
King, real quick, I had a client call me today, a potential future client, who is asking me what brand new 4070 card that I think 4000 series card
is there
that I think is the best for mining. And I really landed on the 4070 Ti. What would you recommend if you're a new GPU miner, you want to get into mining, but you want to buy a 40 series?
Don't buy the 40 series.
So but you don't have an option. He wants to buy a 40 series. He wants the best the best 40 series to buy.
I'm gonna give you the best advice that I can as a Now look, I'm not all the way at a GPU miner, right? Because I'm still gonna buy cards and do testing, but
right.
I'm gonna give you this. If you want the full GPU mining experience and you really want to experience everything, I'm going to tell you to go get the 6000 series AMD cards. And you'd be like, oh man, King, that means I have to tune my stuff. Well, look, check this out. You ever driven a manual, right? If you could drive a manual, you could drive an automatic, right? The AMD cards are like the manual of the GPU mining world. So I would recommend that if you want to get a GPU mining, to go buy some 6700 XTs, and not the 40 series is going to be so much money. I don't know if you'll ever get that money back.
So we're looking, I said, well, he was very specific. Like, he's been crypto mining and he's like, I want 40 series cards, but I'm stuck between the 4070 Ti and the 4080. And I said, look, they're virtually the same card. 4080 uses a little bit more power. They got the same bus, same amount of VRAM, like same bus width, same amount of VRAM. I think the 4070 Ti would win, right? And King, I agree with you. Like, for new people especially, like, go out there and tinker with the older stuff and learn how to do it. Take them apart, repad, repaste, learn how to tune, because people do get They do get a little spoiled with NVIDIA. They do, because NVIDIAs are easy. They're easy to tune. There's a lot of information out there.
And when you think about this too, is just like, okay, this he's brand new. He wants to get into GPU mining, right? You know what I mean? He wants to buy cards that are what, like $600-700 a card.
At least.
You want to build an 8-card rig. You know how expensive that's going to be? You could build.
We did the math with the R8. It's about $6650. $6650 for every 8 cards.
6700 XTs. You can do it for a third. You can have 3 rigs.
I know.
But anyways, to me, I feel like if you're learning, you shouldn't go out and buy the most expensive things, and you should, and I would recommend, like, if this guy's just getting into mining, I don't know his electrical situation. If anything, I would tell him to keep it at home.
Well, he's a potential client that wants to send us 10 R8s of these new cards. And he was asking me, and I said, look, I don't really, we don't really give, because it's like kind of like walking a thin line. Like, it's like financial advice almost. Like it's like when people ask us, well, what should I mine? Hey man, like, you know what I mean? You got to figure that one out on your own. But he kind of asked me if it was me.
If you're asking me from like a return back on your investment, right? And I'm not giving financial advice. If you're giving me like, hey King, I want to know what I can do for return on investment, I'm going to tell you to go buy the 6700s because they're way cheaper and they are really efficient on algorithms like Clore, which most right now, the heavy core algorithms have been the most profitable, right, for the GPU miners. So to me, from a return standpoint, I would say go buy used 6700 XTs. But I mean, if you want to do the 4070 Ti and you want the new AMD or the new NVIDIA, I mean, that would be the card I would go with.
What about the ARC 770?
The ARC.
Patrick Murphy said King would tell him to buy the ARC 770.
I mean,
such a great card though. It is. You get a lot of bang for your buck with the ARC 770.
The Intels are coming there, guys. Okay, just they're slowly coming down the pipeline. You realize that how long have NVIDIA and AMD been making graphics cards? Okay, these guys have. How long has Intel made graphics cards? Not that long. All right, at least dedicated GPUs, right? So I would say, for as short a span as Intel's been doing this business, they're actually killing it. You know what I mean?
I agree. Although apparently they, with the whole EVGA thing, which I still don't really fully understand, but we don't have to get into EVGA why they're not making GPUs anymore. I really think it just comes down to the owner of EVGA not wanting to do anything anymore. I think he's just getting older and he feels like he kind of got screwed. But whatever. I think the Intel graphics cards though are going to be good, and I'm seeing a lot of uptake on those recently.
The thing is, though, watch. I bet you anything, when like full support comes out for those things, and either Hive or MMPOS, whenever that comes out, right? You know what I mean? That you're able to tune everything. They're going to be the car to buy because right now they are stupid cheap. You know?
Yeah, they are. They're really cheap. Actually, we can pull up some prices if you want. We'll hit up. Where do we even look?
Well, okay, Jeffy. They do have dedicated. They do have graphic controllers in their CPUs, but the Intel Arc series is their first dip into the dedicated like graphics card scene. You know what I mean?
I mean, every time I look at these GPUs, King, I'm like, I just gotta go buy like 8 of them. Like they're so cheap, dude. Like they are. Look at this. Like and this is Amazon price. Right, like these are Amazon prices and they're cheap. Like look at this, $309 and you're getting a 16 gig card. Now granted, like I understand it's not probably going to be the best, but when you look at the dollar amount, I think these cards could definitely appreciate in value. I mean,
I would say it's an equivalent to like a 3070. You know what I mean?
It's just so like I don't know. I mean, I
have that one down there. I have the Intel
A750.
It's in my little mini PC next to me here.
These are not bad looking GPUs either. Like I give them credit. I'm a little vain when it comes to like hardware. I like
little here.
Cool
I'll just turn my little laptop here. I have my little mini ITX build. This is what I play my games on. It's all Intel 12600K Intel GPU.
All Intel. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I remember you building it like small form factor just to bring with you on the run.
Yeah.
but I think these cards are they're just a great buy. I mean, you know, compared to what you would pay for something new. I mean, this is, look at this. Did you see that? Remember this? The Acer?
Yeah, this card.
I just want one of these to see what it's like.
It baffles me because look, it has a blower style fan in the middle. It has a regular fan on the outside. So I'm confused about the airflow because usually blowers will go all the way through to the end of the card, right?
Right.
So why do you have a fan on the very end? Is that pass through, by the way? Is there a if you can see a back picture of the GPU, does that like outside fan like have like pass through ability like the newer cards do, like where the air passes?
It looks like so. It looks like you see right here. There's like a heatsink behind this.
Yeah, can you see the back, the actual back plate, or no? Is there no picture?
No, I don't see a backplate photo.
Okay.
Not on here. I can look it up though. Intel Arc 770. Let me see.
The Acer Predator Bifrost. I like that. That's actually kind of a cool name, Bifrost. There you go.
A770 backplate photo. Hold on. Here you go. Let's see. Images. Oh, I don't know. Wait, whoops. Hold on. That's not a good one. I think this is it. Here you go.
Oh, second tier looks like that trader rig right there. Because I'm a heavy AMD guy, but I built this all Intel build because everybody said I wouldn't do it. So
it looks. I don't know how the design is, but it looks like the heatsink is here. I'd assume it goes through the whole card, but I mean, looking at this, I don't. Whoops. That's on Newegg. What's Newegg selling it for? $379. But it's just interesting. Can you see it? Oh, sorry. I'm not sharing it. I'm sorry. Here we go. I wasn't sharing it. My bad.
Okay, so it is a pass through. If you look at that one close up, it is a pass through.
Yep.
Okay, then I would be really curious on the thermals end because it's passing the air through the heatsink there, right? And then it's also has the blower fan in the middle of the card, shooting the hot air directly to where the IO is. So that's interesting. I've never seen a hybrid style cooler like that. That's
maybe they're on to something.
Maybe.
I don't know, but once this gets support though for mining, oh, it's got RGB, so it definitely gives you more hash rate. just kidding. But I mean, as comparable to the you know, the 4070 Ti, I mean, this is kind of on the same par as far as VRAM and bus width, right? Now, and this is significantly cheaper. The 4070 Ti is more than double the price. Granted, Intel versus, you know,
yeah, it comes down to support right now. The support's not there. This would be a gamble when they do bring support, because I know Soap bought quite a few Intel cards.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He thinks that there's eventually going to be support as well. And when they do, you're going to see the price of these cards go way up. And if the hash rates are very, very good, people will be buying these cards because they're very cheap, brand new.
Look at this A750, even the 8 gig card with a similar same bus size. Oh no, I'm sorry. Wait, did I click on the right one? Yeah, 8 gig. Yep.
There's just no RGB. It looks like
no RGB, so the hash rate will probably be a little bit lower.
Look at the price, though. Look at the price.
I know, $269. That's what I'm saying. Like, so DJ says resale value. So I personally, I think graphics cards that are over 12 gigs are going to have a way better resale value in the future for budget gamers. I think 8 gig cards, people are going to call me crazy for this, and that's fine. But, you know, video games are only getting bigger and require more processing and more VRAM, right? So, and mining will be the same thing. I think 8 gig cards in the next few years are going to start to phase out. They're going to become like the new 4 gig cards. And then 12 and 16 are going to be what's it. It's just my opinion. We can agree to disagree. A lot of people will probably fight me on that, and that's great. But I really do think that the 16 gig cards are going to be the best resale value moving forward. Kyle Rosa says 8 is already outdated.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Little Time Mining says you can still game on a 1650. Yeah, you can if you're playing Counter-Strike. Like, but if you want to play like newer games that require tons of processing, I mean, you're gonna need more. New England Crypto, what's up, man? Good to see you. TSN says 12 gigabytes or better, right? And I agree with this. Like, I think if you're gonna buy new GPUs, do at least 12. Don't go buy 8 gig cards. If you're buying used cards for mining, that's one thing, but if you're buying new cards and you're worried about resale in the future, 12 or better, in my opinion. Crypto Frank with the 20 Mining King memberships. Who gets the memberships? Let's see here. Homebrew Crypto, Scott Sheffield, Coinology, Kyle Rosa, New England Crypto, Ouroboros Tech. That's a joke. Royce's Adventures, Dakar Tech, New FJ, Little Time Mining, Katana wins everything. Stephen T and Chuck Danger. You guys are now part of the Kingsmen, and you may now bow to the beard. So, gotta keep going. Wait, there's 20. Sorry. Yeah. All Set, Bacon, Eggs, and Hash, Kirk Solar, David Thrash. I hate to get into a fight with that guy. Juggy, Ted, Dom G. What's up, Dom? Gaming with Smokey Dan, and I think that's everybody, right? Congratulations, guys, on becoming Kingsman. Now bow to the beard, please. Thank you. Did Hawk ever do the KSO giveaway? DJ, I did that weeks ago, DJ. Okay? Did it weeks ago. But thank you for your concern, really. And the winner did receive it. I did get confirmation, so I can send you the email if you want.
Yeah,
DJ Mines.
I have to send the one out from the game show that me and Iowa did. I didn't get a chance to send it out before I left, so I have to send that out when I get home.
Yes, I got that one out. Shout out to BP who donated all those KS0 Pros, man. That was awesome of you to do that. What a nice guy. I think Panda still got some more he's giving away.
Oh, Jeffkey says when the next game show.
Did good with that too. That went a lot better than I thought it was. I'm just being honest. That was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
I'm always doing crazy ideas. I don't know. I guess I gotta figure out something I'm gonna give away. Maybe I can work with some people and organize another giveaway. Yeah, I'll try to do like one a month, maybe if I can. I'll have to see how things go.
Let's see here. Looking at the chat, I'm kind of like just got messages everywhere right now. Panda is eBaying them. How many does he have left? Panda, how many do you have left of those? He's got to have like 4 or 5 left. Travelers wants an S21 giveaway.
Yeah, no, sorry. Sorry, I'm not Red Panda. I can't do that.
Yeah, right. Says I'm watching New England Crypto says, I'm watching Cryptos R Us on TV and Hawk and King on the phone, learning different perspectives. Well, they're traders. We're crypto miners, right? So it's good perspectives in that, in my opinion there. He says he thinks he's got 3 left. I think the question mark is, I think that's right. He goes 3 or 4. I don't remember. So make sure you guys pay attention to when Panda is going to do that because he's giving them away. Oh, S19K Pro giveaway. Yeah. I can't
be giving away the, precious, Magic China boxes that print me money.
Oh my gosh. But looks like check in chat right now. So moving forward, what else did we want to bring up tonight? Let me see.
It's a business write-off.
Is that traders or traders is the real question. Peak of all trades. Oh, jeez. Let's see here. All right, so
I guess AMA for the last.
Yeah, if you guys got any questions for me and King, let's, if you guys want to look at price, King, I'm really getting the itch to buy some of those Intels right now. I really think they're going to do well, man. Like I bought that 7600 XT. I have it here. I haven't done the hash rate testing on it because I really haven't had the time.
I'm gonna be honest. The 7000 series, because of all of the voltages being locked by AMD, HiveOS, and MMPOS, really haven't been able to unlock everything. So if you're thinking about buying 7000 series for mining, just don't. I will say no.
Not right now, at least, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can get a couple and hold on to them, but I wouldn't go buy it.
So, King, here's a question for you. What's the bigger risk right now trying to get ahead of the curve? Is it buying the Intel GPUs, praying that they're going to get support, or is it buying the 7000 series AMD, hoping that they're going to get support?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying, though? Like, a lot of people are probably asking themselves this question.
If you're gonna ask me which one I wish for, all right,
is the Intel. I know.
No,
really?
No. And second TL is going to understand this the most, probably, because we've talked about it a lot. Is going to be, and I don't know how people pay attention to gaming or not, but on the AMD cards, they have decoupled clocks. There's actually two clocks. There's the core clock, and then there's the shader clock, and they actually run at different speeds. They're decoupled, right? It's the first generation that they've ever done this. So I was really hoping that you'd really be able to tune those clocks and bring down the wattage on the cards to make them super efficient, right? That's my hope, but I don't think it'll ever come to fruition.
Okay. I think the Intel GPUs might have a strong run.
Every time we bring this up on a stream, Hawk gets the itch to go buy a rig's worth of Intel cards.
I've been debating it for a while. Like, I want to be smart with the investments and moving forward, right? I want to make sure that if I get these cards, that I can use them for other purposes too. And that's why I'm kind of like stuck whether or not to make the investment into a mining rig. I do want to get like a heavy AMD rig, like a bunch of like 6800 XTs or 6900 XTs, and just get the density factor. I'm just debating it. Second TL Mining says, think the L9 is coming in the next 6 months. So I don't know if it's the L9, but I do know that there's going to be a new script miner coming from Bitmain now. And the only reason why I have this suspicion is because there's a new company that just came out with an 11
the alpha packs, like
alpha packs.
Guys,
yeah.
I want to just put this out there. If you haven't learned your lessons with ice rivers or other manufacturers that are a little risky and they have manufacturing defects, just understand this. The warranty is only as good as the company, all right?
Right.
If you're buying alpha packs, how well known is that company? All right, just
it's a risk.
Keep that in mind. All right.
Just like Ice River was a risk for everybody, and we saw how that kind of played out. 30 to 40% of Ice River are failing.
Been producing more units though? I mean, I haven't.
No KS1s, no KS2s, and I haven't seen anything. I think the only thing right now are KS3Ms that are for sale. I don't know what they're doing. There's no word. They don't really communicate too much with our community, so I'm not. I don't know. Mike Sherwood says, I had to dump my girlfriend so nobody gets in the way of me buying more GPUs. Smart man. Get a girl who goes and helps you repad and repaste like mine. Okay? And chumps. And everybody else. Geek of all trades is all crypto. Closest without going over. Guess the next Bitmain script hash rate. I pick 18 gigahash. We're going to take a guess. I don't think it'll be that high. I think we're going to be, I don't know. I think we're going to be in the neighborhood of 12 to 15. And I only say that because how much more energy is this unit going to be, right? Like, I know everyone's chasing efficiency right now, right? But people are, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I can tell you right now, if they come out with like a let's just say it's on the higher end, like 18, right? That would be double, okay, the L7. That would literally be double the L7. And I just don't see them doubling the hash rate and keeping the watts under 3,500. I really don't. I don't see it. I don't see it at all, especially, you know, you're going to have to run that on like a 270. It's going to be a big boy machine like the S21. The S21, to get to that number that they advertise, you really have to be in the 260, 270 volt range. You can't run 240 is just not going to, and me and King were talking about this the other day because we need to make adjustments at the farm. The S21s, you know, when they ramp up, they're going to squeeze a lot of energy. So, you know, the question is going to be 18 gigahash on an L7. What's that power going to look like? So I think it's a little unrealistic unless they come out with a miraculous way to make things way more efficient. I'm thinking anywhere between 12 and 16 is high. I would say 12 to 14. What do you think, King?
I'm really gonna throw a wrench in this, and it's just because, look, usually when I read the logs, I read them live or I read the log history, right? sometimes you're able to download logs. Okay, on one of the S19Ks, the log file went back to 2015.
Did it really?
I didn't look at it because I was too busy working.
Because the truth is, he was scared to find out if this was a repurposed machine.
No.
I'm kidding.
Not a repurpose, but I think they're all repurposed, but I think they all just use immersion over there and they just let them air dry out and then they sell them to us. My thing is I guarantee you that it, at least when I'm thinking, that Bitmain is anywhere from 5 to 10 years ahead of where we are right now.
Right.
Because usually that's how tech companies work, right? That's how AMD and Intel works. They're already 5 or 10 years down the road in R&D and development, right? That's usually how they are. They're always steps and leaps abound of what's currently out on the market right now.
Right. Oh my God, I don't know. I don't know. I know when, look, we saw this with IB Link, right? Like, there's a pattern here. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. There's a pattern here. IB Link came out a week later, or give or take, Bitmain announced. So I'm just waiting for the new script miner to be released because Bitmain is always ahead of the curve. They're always ahead of the curve. They've never fell behind in like the last 5 to 10 years, right? So I want to see.
But see, this is what they could do: is they could have a stand back. Let these guys come out, right? This Alpha Packs, and all these other guys. Let the Locotech guys.
They're gonna make them feel big, and then they're just gonna come and drop the hammer.
Boom!
Like he goes,
decimated,
Daddy's home.
Crushed. Get out of here.
Daddy is home.
Your units are worthless. Just like
screw you, IB Link. Right, exactly, and that's what they did. Listen, I had an IB Link order that had to be IB Link overcommitted on their manufacturing. Okay, this is not a secret. I had to. The first time we had an order, okay, and we've been flawless with every machine since we ordered them. Thank God, knock on wood, right? Except the IB Link. The IB Link had to be, we had to send that money back to the client because IB Link overcommitted. They can't produce the units. And why would anybody, from an efficiency standpoint, I was talking to Panda the other day. He had a guy he knew a guy that ordered 50 KS5s. Okay, like that's insane. That's insane. Like, what's your IB Link gonna do? Nothing. It's gonna get wrecked. Like, I feel bad for people. I know people ordered the IB Link and they are efficient. I mean, 10.5 gigahash at, what is it, 2100? What is it? No. It's like 28 or 2900 or something like that. Or 3100, sorry. So that's pretty efficient, but 21 terahash at 3100 watts? That's insane. That's insane. Okay, so, and I cautioned everybody with buying we did, and I have the stream to prove it. We cautioned everybody with buying IB Link orders. Okay.
And is sorry that his order that he put in
said, sorry, that's my order. Yeah. Jeez. We had a guy order. We have 12 of them coming to Terra. I think we actually have 13 coming to Terra. So it's gonna be interesting to see. But those are, we'll take those all day long because they're 3100 watts and they're Bitmain, and we're good with Bitmain.
Level, so I don't have to put them on the scissor lift.
Yeah. I can tell you guys this: the 8.2 terahash and the 9.4 terahash are just virtually gone. There's nothing. There's nothing. I can't find any of them. There's only used units available. Everybody looks like Caspa mining is going to really move into the big boy play now. It really is. Like, it's going to be the $30,000, $36,000, $37,000, $38,000 a machine. Is the S21 only 277 volt? No, DJ. The S21 is rated to 220 to 277. Yeah. Higher volts, lower amps. It's always better to run it as high as you can and wherever you are. It's gone, says 10 to midnight. Yeah, it's just like I really feel like Caspa mining is going to go this way.
But every 6 months though, or maybe even every quarter, right? Bitmain's going to come out and just be like, okay,
here's a 40 terahash unit.
Yeah, because to keep the profitability up, right? You know what I mean? Because of the emissions and all this other stuff, right? And the mining hash rate.
Right.
They're gonna have to be kicking out units like every 6 months. You know what I mean?
Correct.
To keep it up, right? To
Correct.
stay on the top. So
Second TL had a question. He said, "Do you think we will see a 70K USD ASIC again this bull run, similar to the KDA ASICs last cycle?" I mean, we're not far, man. I mean, people are selling that KS5 Pro for like 40 grand, like plus, and
just wait till the end of the year when Bitcoin is like 115K. You're gonna see ASIC prices.
Oh my god, they're gonna skyrocket,
and
guys.
This is the weird thing. Is like
the gold rush.
And look, I'm not trying to tell you to how you spend your money and go get one or do whatever, but just realize this. When the going is going really good and everybody's making piles of cash, every ASIC out there, guess what? The machines will cost 5 times as much.
100%.
Right now,
he's not wrong.
Right now, you want to buy machines. This is like literally like
not financial advice.
Yeah, right before the halvening or whatever you guys want.
Having
when the rewards get reduced. Okay, there you go. All right, I'll say that. This is the ticket, okay? Because after that, it's go time. All right, and then you're gonna miss the train. And
it's just the way ASIC sales work. It's really the way ASICs work, though, right? I mean, let's just be honest. Like, you buy in the bear market, you mine all the way to the top of the bull, and then you sell, and then you wait for the prices to dip again. You wait that 6 months to a year. You buy low, and then you follow like the wave. You know what I'm saying? But
so that's what's our next spec mine coin? I haven't found one yet because Panda still has my 6600 rig for like
was like 3 years now, right?
Like half a year or something left. I don't know when I'm going to get it back. I don't know what I was thinking that day. I must have been having a beer with this thing. Like, yeah, let's mine Raven coin for a year. Like, that's such an awful idea. All right.
Oh my god.
And then Felipe Palma, one of our
what's up, Felipe?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I don't think they'll get that high.
Actually,
I don't know. Well, hold on. Let's be realistic. Hold on a second. Okay. You know what, King? I'm gonna level with you. I'll level with you. The S19 110 Terrahash at 3250 watts went for 11 grand last bull run. Okay, I know because I was one of the idiots that bought one.
The J Pro. Yeah, the J Pro. Yeah.
Was it the J Pro 110?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Right.
But yeah.
Okay, whatever. I was one of the guys who bought one. Okay, because I know I paid for it. I have the receipt from Musk Miners way before we got into hosting. Right. I don't think. Go ahead.
I talked to some other gentlemen today when I was doing some runs, and I came across somebody who bought some 104s for $12,000 in the peak. So I'm just saying this.
I mean, you're not wrong. I don't know.
According to my secret source, my Bitcoin mining, financial advisor, he thinks that it's going to reach around that price. We won't say names.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll go that
Raven
high.
Coin and alt season. Okay, look, there's altcoin seasons coming, but I don't know about Raven Coin. All right, Raven Coin it's there. All right, it just exists. Okay,
I think Raven Coin will have its time if it didn't have its time already. I mean, and look, a rising tide is going to raise all ships, right? When Bitcoin does well, a lot of the alts start to do well, and Panda seems to think we're in altcoin season or it's approaching very soon.
I think it's coming.
Yeah, I think so. Mining is gonna have its time again, especially GPU mining. I know a lot of people are cynical about this because we'll never get back to the ETH day. I think we will. And I'll be honest with you, it may not be ETH numbers, okay? And I know a lot of people are gonna give me slack about this, but even if it's like 50% ETH numbers, those are really good. I mean, do you remember what like a 3090 was making like $12 a day on Ethereum or something crazy at the peak? Like a 3090 getting $6 a day is not a bad idea from a mining rig perspective. Like, because look, let's just be honest. In the bull run, nobody cares about efficiency and power. Nobody cares. They really did it. And they didn't care last bull run, and they're definitely not going to care this one. So, and especially things are becoming more efficient. New coins have better algorithms, and you're going to get way more hash rate out of a card than you would anything else. So, Yeah,
I'm not thinking that. I think GPU mining is going to be profitable. I don't think it'll be like Ethereum. I think there'll be some pumps here and there along the way. I don't think there'll be that long stretch of super long profitability though, like ETH gave you, right?
Right. It'd be spotty.
I don't think it'll be that way, in my opinion. But hey, I could be wrong. But that's why I moved into a different market. I'm still going to spec mine whenever I get my rig back, Panda.
Listen, I have a rig right now. I have 43090s and 43080s just in an R8 right now, just humming away on a lithium. And I'm just going to continue. Actually, the yield went up on a lithium by like 13% the other day. So I definitely got a little bit more for the hash rate. Old Man Crypto became a member of the Kingsmen. Congratulations. You may now bow to the beard.
Bow to the beard.
That's going to be my thing now when people do that. Did y'all see ETH trying to implement mining again? Small block reward? Tonto Bong Ronto? What?
What do you?
No, they didn't. Don't sell me the unicorn, okay? Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Oh yeah, they're gonna.
I can't come up with any more sayings for that. I'll think of another one. Mine for future profit is the only way to go, says S Chang. Yeah, no, definitely. Like mining in the bear market, high yields. Get a lot of coin, wait for the bull run, sell. That's what a lot of people did. DJ Mine says, I wish Ethereum would, man. Could you imagine? Well, I can tell you this. I think Ethereum messed up because now they're really, really under the jurisdiction of the government. Because of their validators and stuff. And when they didn't have this problem, because they do think it's a problem. They didn't have this problem when the mining was everywhere because it was truly like in a decentralized form and people didn't, the jurisdiction question was questionable because there was people all over the world doing it. So it was hard to lay down jurisdiction. Well, now 60% of the validators that run the Ethereum network are in the US. So there you go. ETH going back to proof of work is like a bad ex-girlfriend. You just don't go back. I don't know, but sometimes you go back for other reasons. Okay? And that might be, you never know. Ethereum can sustain us all, the crypto miners, says DJ Mines. 100%. It really could, especially now. I've always wondered, though, and this is a rhetorical question. Chat, you don't have to answer this, but I always wondered why Cardano or these other projects never went proof of work, because they know, and I was listening to Charles Hoskinson the other day, they do know proof of work is a very robust way to build a blockchain. It's not going to be sometimes as fast. Well, Caspa kind of changed that, but it was always known not to be as fast as proof of stake up until Caspa, and Caspa and Litecoin, but it was robust. It always worked, and you didn't really have issues with the network going down. So my question is why don't these, bigger projects, why aren't they more proof of work? And why did they go proof of stake? I wonder if it has to do anything with cost or maybe just having more control over the network and, and
I think it's more control.
Yeah, but see, like Ethereum, I close my mouth a lot and I listen, right? And one thing I noticed with Ethereum was the devs and the people who complained about the crypto miners, they weren't upset with the crypto mining community. They were upset at the pool operators, okay? That's who they were really mad at. They weren't mad at the crypto miners because what did we do? We take a piece of hardware and we turn it on. They were mad at the way the pools were being run, okay? And the pool operators, no offense to pool operators, but some pool operators got really greedy with Ethereum, and it pissed off the people at Ethereum. And it was vicarious, and it affected us all, right? And it screwed us, right? I don't know. I think it was a lot of the pool operators that messed up a lot of the mining for Ethereum. I think we would have had a few more years if the pools didn't get too greedy. That's true. They claim they're fixing that. Doubted, of course. Do you think the reason tier ones don't have Caspa is because of the compound wallet feature in changing addresses. I don't know. I don't know. King, you got anything on that?
I mean, you know, like some of their history of their blockchain isn't available anymore, right? So how does that look from a company looking in? You know what I mean? That's what it looks like to me, you know? So I don't know. I think there'll be at least one tier one exchange that will pick them up. I don't know which one's going to be. It's probably not going to be Coinbase.
Maybe. I mean, it might be. I think the first one, like a tier one exchange. I mean, we're talking like what, the Krakens, Crypto.com, Coinbase. Like what's another one that's a tier one? Huh?
Isn't Binance is tier one?
Binance, right? I think if anybody gets them first, it's probably going to be Binance. Just throwing that out there. I don't think, you know, because Coinbase, Crypto.com, they charge these projects to get on their platform. Like they charge them. So I don't know. We'll see. Retro Mike says, Hawk, it was a protocol issue that the pool ops took advantage of. This is why Varus implemented the fee pool and spread the fees across 100 blocks so it couldn't get exploited by a mining pool. You know, I just love it when I'm right. And you know, when you have Retro Mike in your corner, he like you say something and then Mike goes back and says, and then you yell at, it's like I say something, right? And then somebody will go, no, Hawk, you're wrong. And then Retro Mike pops up from behind my shoulder and goes, well, no, actually, it was the protocol that issued the pool ops took advantage of. And this is the Varus. And Mike just goes, yeah. And I go, yeah. And then you walk away and turn around and you are defeated. You shall walk in shame for the rest of your life with that argument. So
he got lucky is what it is.
Yes. Patrick Murphy says, damn, Hawk got excited like he just got a free op. Yeah. I can't wait. I hope Panda plays tonight. Hawk, you were right, just didn't know why. But no, but I wasn't. No, I knew that was the issue because I heard them complaining about it. I didn't know what the specifics were.
You didn't know the technical specifics.
I'm not very technical in that area when it comes to operating a pool. I know nothing about. But I remember what they were complaining about.
Operator, hey, is overworked and underpaid. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I've done
guys, real quick, King. 150 people in here, and I only got 84 likes. We're gonna close the stream if we don't get over 100 likes. Please hit the like button for the beard. Thank you. Let's see. Not playing tonight. So tired. Never staying up late again. How was that episode though of Game of Thrones? You know, he just watched the end of season 5 on Game of Thrones when Jon Snow died, and he sent me a picture in the chat today. He's like, this effing show. Like, and in season 6 he comes back. Oh my God, Panda watching Game of Thrones. I told you it's the best. It's the best. Where can I buy an Aradine BTC miner, Hawk? Says Kimson Mao. Aradine? Kimson is a client of Terrahash's. What's up, Kimson? Good to see you. I can find out for you if you want. Send me a message or an email. Let me know exactly what you want if there's different models, and I can try to find one for you. Cedric Crispin says, also ASIC manufacturers are still exploiting that Stratum RPC security flaw. See, I don't know anything about all that. I just asked King. Let's see here. Overboard Tech says, spoiler, the show came out a decade ago, over a decade. If you haven't seen it by now, then sorry. Like, let's see. Carl Coates says, smashed like with my beard. Awesome. Black Hat team, what's up, man? Let's see. Check in chat. Nismo Miner says, wonder if ETH will tank tomorrow. Kaiser, no, we're not recommending FTX to anybody. Let's see. Speaking of which, what do you say? RPM spoil alert. Final season is the best season. Don't ruin it for him. Aradine is a new ASIC miner company. I wouldn't, says Panda.
Oh, let's go look at them. Let's
pull it up. I got it right now. Hold on. I'll go look at it. Hold on.
Pull it up. Let's go look at these money printers here. Let's see what they do.
Oh boy, there we go. Every time I see one of these new companies, I just like.
Oh, there's going to be a lot more coming up. Believe that.
Is this it?
A lot more coming.
Ardeen blockchain about solutions resource. Is this it? Ardeen BTC miner. Hold on. Is that the same company? It is. Okay. Hold on a sec.
Look at TL mining. Sounds like something you put in your pool to clean.
Ardeen. Yeah, it smells. Yeah, like chlorine. Yeah, exactly. Let me share my screen real quick. Window. No, we'll go here. Right here. Here we go. All right. World's fastest 0 to 375.
I've looked these up before. I remember seeing these.
Learn more. Okay, what do we got here? Ardeen Terraflux Bitcoin mining system.
Why is the fan on the outside of the power supply?
I don't know.
Maybe
right, let's see.
guess you could service it. I guess look at this some plugs right there.
I guess so. Yeah. 0 to 260 terahash. Well, okay, I don't know why they say 0 to. I guess it operates anywhere between that. I don't know. 260 terahash, 16 watts a terahash, can operate into -20 to 50 C. Performance on air cooled for the AT1500 is 185, 22. I mean, the efficiency is there. And then you got your immersion, but what are these things going for is what I want to know.
Well, no, go up. Like, it didn't say like how many watts it is, but we could figure it out.
Well, joules right here. Well, joules terahash is usually watts per terahash.
So what's that, 16.3 you said?
16 right here on the AT2880.
And guys, it's usually within like 5. It's usually within like 5% plus or minus. So it's usually on more. So we'll do 16.3 times. Was it 260?
Yeah. 16 times 260.
That's 4238. And if you add 5%, which would probably more realistically be what it is going to be consuming, is going to be
46,
44, 49,
44.
So about 4,500 watts.
4,400.
That's like almost pretty much an entire 30 amp plug being on that one machine.
And how loud is this?
And hey, look at it though. Go back up to the power plugs. It's dual C19 plugs.
Yeah, look at this, and it's got the 4-pin over here. I don't know if I can zoom in on this. The 4-pin fan connector. I like this little handle here though. That's actually pretty cool. You know, when moving these things or sliding stuff in and out, I actually kind of like the handle there. Not gonna lie. And you lay it on its side, you know, like just lift it. Seems pretty cool. They're all loud Nismo miner, believe me. Especially this one. This is definitely going to be up in the 70 plus dB range.
So
how do you buy these things? What is Gen AI? What is this?
That's been out for like 6 months. I've seen this.
Yeah, we saw it a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been out for a long time. I don't know. And you don't know if this is also like a crowd fund, right? Like this is what they plan to have out. You know what I mean? I've never seen one, at least anybody ever do content on this. So I don't even know if it even exists.
Yeah, I don't.
This could still be in development. You know what I mean?
Does anybody recognize any of these people from like Bitmain or anything? Is anybody from Bitmain here? Board of directors? Who is this? Co-founder?
I would have totally been into it if like Panda was on the board of directors, had like a red furry guy.
I know Qualcomm is a big company. That I know.
Yeah, they're a tech company.
Yeah, I know that. So looks like they got some people on here who kind of know what they're doing. They're based in California. Let's go to their Twitter page. Hold on. Okay, so active on Twitter or X, whatever. But I don't see a place to buy these things. Building breakthrough software, hardware, service solutions for blockchain security and privacy. Ardeen.com. Where do they have any questions about their where's their unit? Is this like, this is not like a, I don't know, is this like a Locotech or like, what is this? UBT, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Welcome to the stream.
Shark Farmer, that guy cuts my lawn.
What did he say?
He said that guy cuts my lawn.
Oh my God. Who said that? Chuck? Did Chuck say that?
No, Shark Farmer.
Shark Farmer. Oh my God. That's so wrong. Let's see here. Trying to see if there's like anything on like the release of their unit, but There seems to be like no information. I should send them an email and ask. Kind of curious to know exactly what they're doing.
If you're gonna ask me about Bitcoin ASICs, I'm just gonna say there's probably only 2 companies, right, that I wouldn't even ever consider. And I mean, pretty much I'm gonna stick Bitmain because that's what I know how to work on. But you could go What's Miner. I've heard good things about What's Miners, and I heard that they're built with really good quality.
Yep.
We only got just the Red Furry guys one down there right now, and it seems to be doing okay.
Yep.
But yeah, I wouldn't go with any other companies. The reason I like Bitmain the most, though, is it's able to be used with Brains, right? It's highly supported with Brains, and I really like using the Brains firmware. And I guess we can kind of announce that now. There's no date yet. There's no date. We will be allowing the Terra customers to use Brains. We don't have a date for you yet. That's gonna be a very long, probably couple of weeks going through everybody's stuff and getting it tuned and everything like that. And we're gonna have to figure out if we're gonna do open tuning for customers or if we're just gonna tune it for you to the most efficient of what we know of what each unit is. But we will be working on a plan to use Brains to help you guys stay profitable, during the the halvening or the reduction of rewards.
Reduction of reward. I'm just gonna say reduction. I always butcher it.
I like that. Halving. Reduction of rewards.
I used to say halvening, and I don't know why, but it's halving.
Halving. And then Patrick asked the question that I said I'm not answering right now: is when is this happening exactly?
We're gonna. King will let us know. This is his wheelhouse, guys, and you got to understand, like, at the amount of units that we have, when you start, if even half. No, I wouldn't even say that. If 20% of people say, "Hey, we want Brains," it's going to take weeks to load those units, right? So, so it's just we'll get around to it. We're going to do it. We'll do it for you guys, especially getting into the halving.
It shouldn't take that long because they have the Brains toolbox, right? Would let you search over your network. My plan would be is I need to find people who have the similar units, right? Like, let's say I find a group of IP addresses that belong to like 104s. And I put them all on, and then I tune them all at the same time, right? With the same tune. This way, I don't have to go through each individual one, you know what I mean, and cycle through these. I would need to build like a list, like, hey, these are all the 104s. This is the most efficient tune. Here you go, right? And that's probably what it's going to end up being. But we're gonna try and get it done around the time that Bitcoin is going to be having its halving. And yes, I realize it's around 50 days from now. It's going to be crunch time. It's actually around my birthday, I think.
Happy birthday. Oh, sorry. No. Early. So, all right, guys. Well, it's been about an hour and 32 minutes. King is looks like he just wants to go play Counter-Strike and wind down for the day is kind of what it looks like he wants to do. So
that sounds good to me.
You guys have any questions about hosting, send us an email, contact@terrahosting.io. You guys have any questions about ASIC sales, let us know. You can message me on Discord or just email one of us. It's no big deal. We can definitely help you guys. So I appreciate everybody joining tonight. It's been great. Thank you for the memberships, Crypto Frank, and all the super chats from everybody else. Happy hashing. Hawk out. King, hit that end button.